Can you check with her, Maggie, see what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oleg, go for it, buddy.
Okay, so I'm just gonna run down my spreadsheet. First property there is 2212, the Forest Ferry. Hardwoods are in. Kitchen is going in tomorrow. Appliances are ordered. So it's moving right along. We still have not heard anything back from the association, and that's not that's not good because if I finish in a week and a half, maximum 2 weeks, we still don't have a roof or gutters.
Did we oh yeah, we need to really just push that roof. I don't get it. Like, just approve the roof color. Who cares?
Well, and I think they're just being super safe now. He wants everything filled out on the form to be, you know, accepted, but nobody's answering us.
Who has their form?
The Gunter.
Yeah, but do we fill it all out and give it to him?
Yep.
Okay. What color are we gonna put on there? Charcoal?
Yeah, exactly.
Like what everybody else has in the neighborhood?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, we need something so it doesn't, get us in the end. Oh, and Beth, I just saw the text that you sent to Alex for the color of the front door and the side door.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that everything's approved.
Yeah, those were our approved colors. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, Brooks. 323 Brooks. Staging is in. Dwayne is there right now doing a punch out list. Tim Landscaper is going back today. We were waiting, Terry. By the way, the reason the planters were there where they are is because I didn't want to throw them away. So he's gonna position them properly, and we didn't want to put the flowers in until now, so they don't dry out over the long weekend.
Okay.
So he's going there today to finalize that before the pictures. Maggie, what time are the pictures tomorrow? Do you know? For Brooks?
Yeah. Since we had to move it from today to tomorrow, Mimi is going to do them, and she is doing it later in the afternoon. So it'll be 2 or 3 or later.
Okay, great.
Mimi?
Yep.
And how much
was our only option to do tomorrow?
Could we wait a day and get Des?
Des is out of town this week, so we were originally scheduled with Matt.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he could possibly do it on Thursday, but then that pushes us to not getting pictures until Saturday.
Have we had Max shoot us before?
It's been a long time. Mimi sent me a couple of his recent stuff, and it looked a lot better than what he had done before.
I'd rather have. It's fine. I mean, I know they get better, but
yeah, we've gotten really used to how Desi shoots.
Yeah, no doubt. She's probably one of the best.
How much will Brooks Street be listed for?
200. Yeah. And we need to be fairly firm on that price, Oleg, for sure. I don't think there's going to be a lot of movement off of that.
Okay.
So, it's possible we could get more, but.
Yeah, so far we've been on a track record of getting more.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, what else?
All right, 84 Paulding. Still a couple of issues there. Kitchen went in, and bathroom vanities went in on Saturday. Granite countertop is ordered, and I'm just trying to figure out if we can throw those front-loading washer and dryer machines from Plantation to Paulding and then put a countertop on it to cover it. So, whoa.
Hey, Kara, can you mute yourself? Oh yeah, okay, we're getting a feedback loop. Okay. She must have got laptop working. Okay.
So regular countertop is about 24 inches deep. Countertop that we can put over the machines and cover them is about 27 inches. But it's going to be behind the refrigerator, so it's kind of going to be hidden a little bit behind the refrigerator, especially if we put a border, like a regular border to block the refrigerator in. So it looks like a built-in refrigerator, and then it's going to have that countertop.
Wait, the washer and dryer is in the kitchen?
Yeah, let's talk about this again then, because I think we posted something on Facebook, and there were lots of people against having that washer dryer.
Yeah, it's unless you enclose it in a cabinet, like a stand-up cabinet with a
We
stand-up.
already paid to get it there.
You what?
We already paid to hook it up there.
Well, we don't. I understand. I mean,
Okay.
I understand, but paying to get it there and making a mistake are two different. I mean, we can put it in the basement, of course.
Yep.
But all right, so let's talk about this with everybody on the call, because I got some mixed messages on our Facebook page from this. So here's the deal. It's hard to explain, but when you walk into the kitchen on Paulding, there were some previous laundry hookups, but the issue is, let me see if I can find a picture, you guys. Let me see. Oleg, did you send me pictures on this? And
You'll have the pictures from the original. If you just go to Oleg's, Maggie, can you pull up please Oleg's spreadsheet, and it'll have picture links and everything on the same page. So that way Terry can just push it and get it there.
It's very European, but I lived in an apartment with that, and it was like it would let laundry all into the kitchen all the time. It was really gross, and the buyers that ended up buying it after my old roommate sold it asked her to move it before they bought it.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we can reinstall the hookups. And if somebody wants to put it up there, they can. Here's the problem. Would you rather have it in the kitchen or the dingy basement? You know what I mean? It's like there's no win on either side, and it can't be relocated anywhere else in the house.
And it can't be in like an enclosed stand-up cabinet?
No, because there's a window there. I'm showing you with the picture. But this is definitely something we kind of, Maggie, just kind of thumb through them. Or
okay, sorry. Can I thumb through
huh?
here? Can I thumb through them online?
Yeah, just click the little arrow at the bottom there.
No.
Oh, my little menu bar is covering it.
All right. Oh, is it okay?
Yeah.
Go forward one.
Sorry, my mouse decided it didn't want to work. Oh wait.
Again.
This.
All right, right there. Okay. So if you go back to, can you go back to like 14 or 13? All right. Yeah, 13, I think. Yeah.
Sorry.
The control freak in me is freaking out right now. I'm good though. Okay. So you see where this kind of stove oven thing is, right? First of all, that almost burned the house down. There's a giant burn mark inside this cabinet. All right, now, and you can kind of memorize where that kitchen window is. Now go forward to, is it 15 or 16? Okay. All right, so this would have been, you can't see this window, but let's see. Maggie, can I take over your screen?
Yeah.
How do I do that? Oh, request remote control. Here we go. Do I have it?
You have it.
Okay. Can you guys see my mouse moving?
No.
No? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Yes, you can?
If you're the mouse over the window on the left, yes.
Okay, no. All right, so you see these weird funky looking drawer cabinets over here? So back in there are some laundry hookups. The refrigerator is going to kind of end to the right of this window on the right-hand side. The face, that's the front wall. Yeah, that's right, Maggie. Thanks. And then, so what we were thinking was, instead of having this down in an unfinished, dingy basement, to create like a folding counter, and we have some front loaders left over from one of the houses. I can't remember which one, but have some front loaders that work left over from there. And we were going to put them in here and then cover them with a pretty hefty counter, like 36 inches, 30 inches. So it would cover the counter and cover the appliances and give them a little bit more of a built-in look. And then you'd have some extra space there from a counter perspective. The reason you can't put a closet in is because of this window. Now, we could, I think, I'm not 100% sure on this either, but we might be able to frame in, no, we can't. We can't even frame in a stackable laundry area here, because this window on the one on the left that's on the side of the house, there's not enough distance. You would basically be framing over that window. So then the question then becomes is, when you walk in that kitchen, go back to 13 again. So imagine for me just a second that where this oven is the refrigerator, okay? Just kind of visualize that for a second. And then behind that then is the washer or dryer. So visually, you're not going to see the washer or dryer as much because it's going to be blocked from the fridge. But at the same time, it's still going to be there, and you can't really build a cabinet. Now, I guess what we could do is figure out a way to put drawers on it. Doors that kind of open. Oleg, we maybe could cut down some bifold doors. So the question then becomes, do we want this in the kitchen or do we want to keep it in the dingy basement? Because the basement's pretty dingy. And this is $160,000 house.
I think if you put it in the kitchen, you have to enclose it somehow.
Okay.
I agree with that. What's on the other side of those cabinets, Terry? There's in that picture, there's cabinets on each side of that window. What's on the other side? What's that going to be?
Go over to 16 again. We opened that wall up. So that wall is now open.
Oh, to what?
To the dining room. So yeah, you'd be able to, if you're sitting in the dining room,
okay,
you're going to see that front-loading washer dryer.
Yeah, you have to enclose it. Maybe like a sliding pocket door type thing, or barn door, something.
How about we make the countertop about 32 inches? So the fridge is about 36 inches. We make the countertop about 32, maybe 33 inches. Put a small cabinet between the washer and dryer so it can hold the countertop up, and then put 2 doors. Each one has a washer, one has dryer. Just close. It's going to look like just a one-piece cabinet. And then you open the door, there's the washer. You open the other door, there's a dryer and some shelves in between.
As long as you visually don't see them.
Yes, you won't see them because they'll be basically built into the cabinet.
I think that's your option. I just think you can't visually see them.
How does that do with moisture and the heat comes off the dryer?
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Well, there's got to be a vent from behind, right?
Yeah, there's a vent over on the side window, which is the one that's in front of you on the left. Behind that cabinet, the 3-door cabinet on the right, there's a vent kind of buried in there. And then the hookups for the washer are behind that 3-door cabinet on the front wall, which is that right window, that right wall. So
well, it won't be so tight anymore because you don't have that cabinet on the left and that wall is open. So I'm not really concerned about the depth of it coming out. But I just think visually it needs to be enclosed.
All right, so then we can make this cool, Oleg, maybe. We could figure out a way to make it cool. I like that kind of the sliding barn door. because you can move. If you had two, we just have to. The track would have to be right. And so you're telling me the depth. So what are the depths of the appliances? How deep are they?
34.
Yeah, so
27.
they're only 27 inches deep.
That's what he said, but I haven't measured them.
Really small.
That's really small. I think
Yeah.
that's
That is really small.
I mean, like our front loaders are 30, like Beth said, 32, 34.
yeah. I'm 34.
That's still smaller than the fridge depth.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Yeah, but I mean, if you think though, you got to be a couple inches away from the wall for the plug and the hookup for the vent, because that vent's on the side. I mean, we may need to move that vent to the front. You know what I mean? Because if you're going to put that vent on the side, I mean, your vent's 3 or 4 inches wide.
Yeah, and where's the water supply from the back?
Right behind that cabinet somewhere.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
If it goes to the basement, what's that space going to be then?
Then it'd be a little breakfast area.
And there's no way to make a like a wall there at all between the fridge and the whatever you're doing there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So another seating area, and the dining room's right there to the left?
Yep.
Yeah, you could fit like a stager could put a little 2-seat bistro table there.
Yeah.
And then you can have your dining area, your main dining area.
So, okay, so there wouldn't be any cabinets there from the window over,
From the window left, no.
or from the fridge left, I guess, right?
And it's open, like the end of that cabinet right there on the
Mhm.
left, that's pretty much open to the dining room now.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah, okay. Well, we can, like, let's have them at least put in have him plumb everything. Yeah, so I was thinking about something like that.
You know, and the other thing too, can I just say something real quick? As far as like putting 2 cabinet doors on it, it sure would be nice if the 2 cabinet doors could open this way, so that you have both of the appliances right there, instead of opening one, closing it, and then opening another one to put. I'm speaking like from doing laundry, taking your clothes out and then putting them in. You know what I mean? Having to open.
I think you need something more than a curtain, though. I think it needs to be
All right. Or we just put the washer dryer hookups in and sell the house. I mean, I think.
That's right.
What?
Yeah, I think that's the best idea.
I do too. At the end of the day, if somebody wants to come in, I mean, we can create a custom solution if they want us to after we get a contract or something. But okay.
So you're saying don't put the counter over there? Just leave it, just the hookups,
I
and
think
just
we
leave
put
it,
the hookups in and we don't do anything else.
and leave it. Mhm.
I'm with you.
And then we'll put those front loaders down in the basement, get some extra light down in that basement, and is what it is.
Terry, one other idea from Robert, who's listening. What if we opened it like a bread box store, like when you have like an appliance garage where it like opens up and then slides back?
Yeah, but then I'm with you, but let's just keep in mind the price range of the house is $160, and I think like an entertainment center kind of, right? Like I think so too. Just that hardware gets expensive, and then you got to have a craftsman that knows what they're doing.
Okay.
I like the idea.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, to me, I'm like, is it going to add a whole lot of value? Or is an agent going to walk in there and go, oh, hey, you got laundry hookups upstairs. That's nice.
I'm just thinking it might eliminate like an older couple from buying the house if they have to go down into that basement.
It's gonna.
That's why I honestly think we should not put the machines in, because we have the connections in the laundry and we have a connections in the basement, and the buyer can imagine what they want for
They
themselves.
can choose,
I like it.
Yeah,
right?
Let the buyer choose.
that's probably the best call.
All right, well, that's good ideas, though.
We use some of those for the next high price laundry room
Right.
situation we went into.
Yeah.
Okay, 402 Plantation, actually 4002 Plantation. Landscaping is starting Thursday. Guys are going to be prepping either today or tomorrow. I'm going to be in folding in about 30 minutes, so I'm going to have to see which way to reroute the painters. So it's either going to be folding or plantation. So one of them is going to get started on today, and then the other following right after.
How
Demo.
many painters do we have right now?
Come again?
How many painters do we have right now?
Alex plus 3 if he needs them, but you uses only one so far. But we had a conversation this morning. I said right now we're having almost 3 properties at the same time that need to be painted. So I said we need to either get more helpers for you, or I'm gonna have to get more painters.
We need more painters. Forget him.
Well, it's hard to forget him right now with all the
Oh, no,
properties
I'm with
going.
you. Have you gone to Sherwin-Williams and asked the manager, like, who the investor-friendly painters are?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
I mean, that's when it was just me. That's what I did, and I got lots of. I mean, I got a half dozen names. I just every time I saw Sherwin-Williams, I popped in and said, "Hey, you got your shirt on. Today's,
Yep.
they'll give you 3 or 4 people that they know do that kind of work."
Absolutely. Twin Oaks, 1345 Twin Oaks. Actually, they started today. So the carport area, which is going to be our new second bathroom and mud room and laundry area, they started all that demo today, this morning. Landscaping is going to be done following week, but the trees and bushes were already cut. So that process already started and on the way.
Hey, real quick on the demo stuff. Make sure those guys that they can't leave piles of trash laying anywhere over there. Somebody will report it to the city.
Absolutely.
In that
I'll
neighborhood.
make sure.
Yeah, just has to go straight to the dumpster.
Yeah, and it's right there by the demo, so
Yeah.
it's actually probably easier for them to just dump it instead of putting it next to it. But I'll check. And then 3129 Calumet Circle. I just looked at it yesterday. It has a bunch of stuff that needs to be thrown out. Dumpster has been ordered, and probably by the end of the week I'll get it cleaned out, and process will start next week on Calumet.
That house, Marcy and I walked through it. They left almost everything. Her room was completely cleaned out and neat as a pin. Her boys' rooms, I'm sure if your guys look hard enough, they'll find some weed in there somewhere.
Oh gosh.
The house smelled like it, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay, and then Long Beach. What's the plan there? Anything happening at Long Beach?
Yeah, so that one, I have closing set for the beginning of next week, but we're still waiting on the final payoffs and everything. So the title was supposed to come back Friday, but I didn't like the re-up on the title, but I haven't confirmed that yet. I have a question
Okay.
about that, so I should know more.
Okay. Next one on my list is West Mill Drive. We closed that one, but there's some scratches on the floor that the agent is saying are new scratches. I think they were just under the carpet and under the furniture. If she presses hard on that, what do you want me to do with it, Terry?
Well, just get in there, maybe send Dwayne over for a half hour with a Minwax pen, and okay. if they've scratched through the finish, a pen should do it.
Okay. And somehow there was a hole in the wall right by the front door, so I sent him on. He's going to be there on Wednesday to fix that hole in the wall. And I called Ravital, our stager, and I asked her about it. She called her furniture movers, and of course they didn't do anything. So
Right.
nobody knows how that hole appears.
course not.
Yep. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. So that's West Mill. East Lake, I will drive by today. Put a lockbox on it, and from what I understand, we're supposed to be cleared on it by the end of this week.
Is Robitel scheduled for next Tuesday? Or
The
this-
what?
when's
Robitel?
that?
Yes.
Next week?
Well, I can actually squeeze her in this week if we think we can do that.
They're halfway through their final inspections. So they've got okay from 2, and then they've got 2 left to go.
You left? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not. We're so close. Let's not make them mad.
Okay.
I'm putting furniture in
What's
there.
the list price on that one again? Is it 250?
It's two. No, I think we're going to list it again at 360.
360. And
Yeah.
how soon is it going to be ready, do you think?
Praying this week. Well, it'll be ready this week, but won't be staged until next week.
And then the pictures.
Or maybe this week. Like, I don't know, but if she has a break or something. Okay.
Okay. And then Boyd, South Carolina. Boyd is done. I'm just waiting for final numbers from Zane, and then that's the first one there.
All right. So let me. I told Oleg about this today. So this is a unicorn. I'd love to find more of these unicorns. Let's talk about Boyd for a second. Okay. Hold on a second here. All right, let me, I need to find some new numbers here. All right, so this is where we've not had this situation come up very often. So I want to kind of walk through what Boyd looks like real fast with you guys. And, okay. All right, so this is one that Charlie got under contract back when he was with us. So we paid $50,000 for Boyd. You guys see my screen? Probably with insurance and everything else, we were at 50. Another couple thousand for closing costs when we purchased, and then holding costs have been about $300 a month, and we've had it, I think, about 4 months. So that's $1,200 in holding costs. That's utilities and insurance, etc. Okay, and then the rehab on it was, what do we come in at, Oleg? Somewhere around 26 grand, 27? You remember?
We are under 25.
But is that paying Zane? All right.
Unless something happened over the weekend, we're right at 25.
Including Zane's fee?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if we're at 25 rehab budget, so here's where we are with this one. Let's see, 75, 77. That's we're all in that house for $78,200. Okay. The house is worth 125. Except I went and pulled comps last night, and there are 2 houses of similar size, 3-bedroom, 1-bath homes that are under contract around 140. So now I think it's worth probably 140. All right, so you see where I'm going with this? Now, if we sold this, let's say we sell it. So I'm going to do 2 scenarios: sell and keep as rental, company rental. Okay. All right. So we're going to sell it for 140, let's say. We're going to have to pay real estate agents somewhere in the neighborhood of $6 grand up there, probably 4,200 plus our cheap guy. He usually charges, by the time we're all in, about $1,000 with MLS fees and everything else, right? So that's let's call it 42. Let's call it 5,000 in commissions. Budget, couple $1,000 for seller paid closing costs. And then, what else? That's pretty much it. We use company money on this one because we had it sitting there from School Street, because we're not doing School Street. It hasn't been costing any money, so we went ahead and just used this for School Street money for Boyd. So there's no interest carry on this. So 140 minus 7,500, we would sell this thing for $132,500. So that's be our kind of a net profit minus the 78,200. That's a net profit of $54,300. Absolute grand slam home run. Like that would be for a house that price, ridiculous. That would maybe one of the biggest like percentage returns the company's ever gotten on a property. We've had bigger dollar amounts, but usually those are $300,000 or $400,000 houses, right? You're not doing it on a $78,000 property. And this is the reason we went to Greenville. I mean, if you want to just say why, this is why. I was hoping these opportunities would be there. So now let's talk about keeping it as a rental. It's worth $140 still, but we're going to do a cash out refinance on it. Basically, we can go in and do a cash out refinance for 75%. So at 140, if we can get the appraisal to hit 140 times 0.75, that means we're going to get $35,000. With the closing costs and everything else, it's probably going to shake out to be about $32,000. No commissions paid, no seller paid closing costs, and more importantly, no taxes paid. Okay, so we're basically going to pull cash out of this for $32,500 cash out refinance. It's less than our 54.3 by about $22,000, but if that's a pure profit, the company's got to pay tax on that. And this wouldn't be pure profit because we'd spend money for marketing or anything else that we need to spend it on. But what we decided to do is we'll take the cash out refi. We don't have to pay taxes on that money because we haven't sold an asset, right? We just pulled money out of the asset. So there's $32,500, and that house is going to cash flow about $350 a month. And when you calculate the profit out at $350 a month, I work that out to be $2,940 a year in cash flow, okay? $2,940 in cash flow if it's rented for 12 months. So while this one kind of makes sense just to go ahead and do it and get the grand slam home run, this is still a home run based on what we have in this house. Would you agree? And it gets to spit off $2,940 a year in cash flow. Well, that sounds out a lot of letters, a lot of marketing, pays for pay-per-click, right? I mean, my whole goal is to get us to a zero-sum marketing budget where, yeah, we might spend $100,000 a year in marketing, but the influx from what we decide to do with the properties that we get like this one and sending out realtor referrals hopefully gets us to a zero marketing budget at some point. Okay, any questions on that? So like if you're out in your own little world and you get a wholesaler email or you whatever, like this is the kind of stuff that you guys need to be looking for you, right? Like if you find a deal like this, I mean, yeah, certainly you can bring it to the company and get paid for it. But at the same time, if you have the resources to pull something like this off, you should pull it off. Yeah. Because now we have a cash flowing asset that's providing nice guys buying houses with marketing money every single month, right? And we have this $32,500 to put in the operating account that we can grow the business with. And we don't have to pay Uncle Sam a single dime on that house other than the property taxes. Questions? Did you all follow the numbers?
Yes.
Molly, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it with the recording. Maggie, will you make sure you send that recording to me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because sometimes I can be a savant with this kind of stuff. I know that. Because it's
no, I get what you're saying totally. Yes.
Yeah.
So did you decide to keep it as a rental then?
Yeah, we're gonna keep. I mean, why not? I mean, we know Zane up there. He can get anything fixed when we need it fixed, and nothing should be fixed. Everything's brand new.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm sure there'll be some kinks in the very beginning with stuff that just maybe wasn't hooked up right or whatever. But yeah, I mean, and it went from
What kind of house is this?
That's
Like,
that one, Beth, that you said that had the brown trim. Remember, and had the fence in the front, looked like a prison. Yeah. Somebody. Let's see. Let me pull up 303 Boyd. 303 Boyd.
So up there in the rental market, I know down here.
was
like,
it a yellow house?
What, Maggie?
up there, I was just asking how you get a renter up there. Do we really know yet the best way to get a renter?
I'm going to investigate that today. And we got a little bit of time because I need to have, I need to wait for those other deals to close so that we can use them as comps. Hold on, I'm going to pull this property up so you can see the before and after real fast.
It was a yellow house.
Yep.
Yep.
1 second here, guys. Password app. You guys ever use Voxer on your computer? Did you even know you could?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you could until a few months ago. I was like, oh, this is cool. All right, let me find this so you can see. So, here it is. So here, this isn't quite the after because the fence hadn't been moved yet. But Beth gave us a suggestion to paint that white trim, right? And we obviously moved the fence, and then here's the before. So I think that's a big, huge improvement, you know?
So did you take the fence down or did you move it back?
We took the fence down, and then we connected it to the side of the house a little further back behind the driveway.
You didn't lose the fenced yard. You just made it not look so prison-ish.
Right, yeah. Yep.
Cool.
So, and it, let's see.
It looks much better. It looks more friendlier, I guess.
Oh, yeah, way more welcoming. I mean, there's what it looked like before. You know, there was just a single door to the kitchen, and we opened up that whole wall into the kitchen so you could kind of see what's going on in there.
Looks good.
Yeah, Zane, I mean, he crushed it. Really did. So anyway, all right, so that's the math on that, and that's why we're doing what we're doing on that one. You know, would it be nice to have this extra $22,000 in the operating account? Sure, yeah, it sure would. But we've got a pretty big quarter coming up in the third quarter, and you know, we don't have to have this. This is, I didn't even expect this, right? So this was beyond my expectation. So we're just going to take this and keep the asset.
And is it in an appreciating area, like up and coming?
Yeah, it's within walking distance to Simpsonville Elementary School. Simpsonville's a hot area. You can't find anything under 150 in Simpsonville. So
then it's only going to be an increased asset eventually.
Yeah, I think, as everything else gets
you
more.
You could always sell it if you needed to. Say you got into a situation. That's your money in the bank.
Yeah. And April's got another one on the street that we're trying to get. So it's pretty cool. Okay. Kara, are you, I know you said you were having internet problems. Are you still having internet problems, or are you good?
She said it's working as long as she's on mute and video off.
Hey, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry. So my kids are on swim team, and their practices are at 9 o'clock. So I'm at the pool deck. Sorry.
Okay.
And there's Wi-Fi here, but for some reason it worked fine. Maggie and I have done calls. Anyway, but our first meet is tonight, so it's like I'm fully focused, but it just probably sounds insane. Anyway, yes, but I am here. I've been listening in.
All right. Do you want to, are you prepared to kind of go over the social media stuff we talked about last week?
I can, yeah, for sure. I just hope it's not too disruptive with all the noise. Let me see if I can pull up.
I'd say those headphones you have right there do a really good job cutting down.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
That was a little investment I just made. So last week I went and grabbed them. I thought it would be necessary. Okay, let me, hold on. I'll share my screen. Hold on.
If your signal gets bad, turn your video off.
Okay, that's fine. All
So-
right.
What I asked Kara to do is we really are trying to push forward to get more deals through social media. And between her efforts and what Roxanne is doing at the ad level, I think we're starting to get some traction. I mean, we're not getting a ton of leads yet, but we're getting traction. Like, we're figuring out what people like, what they're interested in, and how to target people who might want to sell to us on Facebook, which is something that's eluded us for a long time. So we're not there, but I asked Kara to really kind of go over social media strategy real fast with us.
Yeah, so basically what Terry and I have been talking about, like he just said, is that our main goal for social media is if someone gets a flyer or a mail out from us, or we give them a call, we want them to immediately be able to go on social media and see that we are active and doing things. And this is a company that Terry put me onto. It's called Better Path Homes. And the kind of material they're putting out, I mean, this is one of their guys here. He's literally just making a joke about a mistake that one of their contractors made, you know, just like laughing about things like this. Like, he's like, look at, can you guys see this?
Yep.
Or the cabinet is locked in, and they'll do things, oh goodness, let's see if my, things like this, the before and afters, project like this one here was one of their contractors sent them this photo on location, and just talking about how, you know, it says these improvements are so satisfying. Just these aren't even good quality photos. You know what I mean? It's just showing we're working, we're busy, we're doing things, we are active, and that just I think speaks. Well, I think it just speaks highly of that we're busy, we're excited to be working. And so that's something that Terry and I were talking about as a team, as a whole. So I can go out to these properties and I can interview Oleg, or I can, you know, go grab some quick before and afters. You know, I made a video at the pool at Brooks last Friday, just talking about, you know, hey, you know, summer's coming up. Put that honey-do list to rest. You know, let us take it off your hands. We're excited to buy houses. We're busy and we're working this summer, and we don't want you to have to do any of that. So just kind of things that are showing our progress, showing our tracking. And as you guys are going on visits and as you're out and about, just grabbing these simple photos. You know, when I was out there with Oleg, I literally just took a picture of Oleg talking to one of the contractors, you know, and the caption would read, you know, our amazing project manager out on location, you know, doing amazing work for us, or simple things like that. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, well, this is kind of silly, but you know,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, just funny stuff that shows our company culture. I love. This was them just discussing some design strategy, things that just bring, I mean, I don't know, just some new energy to the Facebook page. What Roxanne's been doing, I know she's been doing a lot of other things, but the posts we were talking about are just a little bit generic. So bringing more of our personality to the Facebook page and other social media stuff as we grow, I think is going to be important. But yeah, you guys can see this. Your home should not feel like a trampoline. If you can feel your floor move, call to get an inspection. Anyway, just funny, lighthearted stuff that's going to bring new energy. I need y'all's help. So when you're out on these appointments, just grabbing that picture of the front of the house, you know, obviously we don't want to post pictures of people's personal property, you know, Beth, when you're there. I mean, that's not the kind of thing we want to do, but something that just shows, I don't know.
Yeah.
Terry, help me out. What am I trying to say here?
So for example, I mean, I think we just have to this is not natural for people my age. I think anybody over 40, creating content is not something that comes natural. Now, I think for people that are in their 20s and 30s, I mean, this is kind of what you guys do naturally, right? Like, my son creates content by the stuff he posts on Instagram or whatever. So they're constantly thinking about that. But so what we need to be doing, like, for example, and this would have been a great picture, Oleg and Beth had this house over in Walton. We left the closing on Friday, went straight over there to investigate this house because Beth wanted to kind of get some questions on value and what we thought. And so we get to this house and there was no key, right? And so Oleg found a window that was open. So he pinged Beth and said, Beth, can you call the owner and see if it's okay if we go in this window and look around? And I should have, like, if I would have been thinking about this kind of stuff like I should have been taking a picture of Oleg going through that window, right?
Going through the window, exactly. Funny stuff that shows, that we're willing to do anything. We're willing to have fun while we're doing it, for sure.
To use after we close on this house.
Well, but the thing is, like, he let us, right? He told us we could.
Yeah, he did.
And what I love about what the bettors are doing here is they're never posting the address, ever. And because I don't want anybody going back. So here's my biggest fear as the company owner. All right, we got something opened up and it's listed as 323 Brook Street. Somebody's, that people buy Brook Street, they have a problem with the house. They start Googling. All of a sudden they find this post, right? And it opens it up. Why didn't you pull a permit? All this other stuff. So the bettors aren't pulling and putting addresses on here necessarily, which is what I like. And the thing is, it's it's up to Kara to come up with the clever, because people look at the picture, right? So like, that's a picture of Rotten Sign. We've seen this a million times, right? And, she's got Tipsy Tuesday, water is your home's enemy, check outside. Oh, and if you have this problem, now for me, I would constantly be wanting to say in some way, maybe 10 different ways, if you know someone who has a house to sell, we would love to buy it. Something similar to that. Just so we're always closing the loop with, hey, we buy houses, and if you know somebody. So my thing is, so Beth's out on an appointment or April's out on an appointment, they can go out and they just snap a picture, went on an appointment in this house today. Now, hopefully, other investors don't scrape it across Google and figure out which house it is and then try to call. But even then, you don't. It's not necessarily about that part of it. Or if Beth says, "Hey, I went on this call today. This is the seller situation. You don't even need to post a picture of the house. Beth could just do a little video."
Yeah, so. I know you don't like that backsplash.
Yeah.
I can't believe they put that in the house. Oh, yeah, there's my comments. That's my comment.
I saw it. I have a question. Who is doing do you like this room or this room?
We are getting away from that because that's Roxanne. I told her on Friday on our call, I said, Kara's going to be taking over content for posting.
Okay. So. My only thought would be like, when you're doing some of these, a few of them have looked kind of dated. So I would use like Houzz and Pinterest for stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I agree. Yeah, some of those are even stock images, and it looks, you can tell it's stock. I think we're just going to move away from that altogether.
Okay.
Anything we can do to just bring personality, things, funny little anecdotes. If you guys are somewhere and you want to just take a quick video of yourself, just say, hey, I'm at this house, things like that. Honestly, send me as much content as you guys can. My ABCs are always be capturing. So, right, Terry? Yep. There you go. So, anything you guys can send me would be amazing. Here's him just talking about some stuff that they're, and theirs is a balance of homeowner versus potential seller, so it has appeal across, multiple ways.
Well, and Stephanie doesn't do anything like half. The reason it's homeowner is because sometimes, just like with us, right? They don't know if they should sell the house to us or they should sell the house with an agent. So if we get to that point where the homeowner is coming over there and seeing, oh gosh, this is what could go wrong, like we're showing rotten siding, this is what can go wrong if you don't paint your house or whatever, or look what we discovered when we pull back this wall.
Sure.
Sometimes that can cause a homeowner who's on the fence to decide to sell to us, number one. And number two, it just shows that we're having a good time doing what we're doing. We figured there are two people that we care about coming to this site, our sellers and our private lenders. Those are the only two people. And so our private lenders, they care about seeing that we're active. Oh my gosh, these guys are doing so much stuff. Of course, we're going to lend to them. And then the seller is like, man, these guys have a lot of fun. Of course, I want to call them. Oh, and by the way, look at the Better Business Bureau reviews and all of that. So I think now we've honed in on what we want. I don't care who else looks at the page. If it's any of our past clients or my clients and real estate, I don't care. That's fine. Go look at it all you want. But the two people we're trying to reach are lenders and sellers.
Or someone that might know of this and then tell us potential seller.
Yep.
Check them out.
Absolutely.
Hey, I just want to.
Yeah.
Terry, one of the things I was going to add when looking through this page in particular is that there's certain posts they make are really family oriented. You know, like here's a picture he just took of his daughter, you know. And I don't know how Marcy feels about this or what your philosophy is on this, but, you know, you said you took her out to one of the properties the other day. You know, even just the two of you doing a little selfie video in front of the property and being like, all right, Marcy, what do you think? You know, and just, I mean, you don't have to give all your opinions, but just something that's just like, this is a family business. We are all family people. I think that really would, honestly, that to me, if I was looking to sell, would be my selling point. Wow, this is a family company. So I don't know how you feel about that, but anything we can do to incorporate the family aspect. I mean, you and Marcy are a great couple. So, I mean, anything to include the two of you talking or hanging out or, you know, bringing her into the projects. I think if you're already going to look at the houses, why not make a quick little video of it?
Even if you don't want your kids' faces in there too, you could do it like from behind where you're just seeing the back of their head or something like that, because there are some privacy issues sometimes for people. But I think your brand is more family oriented, where we've looked at different other brands and it's kind of motivated by something else.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's great. I mean, and I think everybody, like, I love, you know, Oleg's lemonade stand, you know, like project manager teaching the kids how to be good capitalists, you know what I mean? Just all kinds of cool stuff that are on there. But okay, yeah, it sounds good. I think it's just, we got to get the content. We got to get it to Kara. Now, I'll tell you kind of where to go. You can go to Dropbox, and then Kara has a thing called Kara's Videos. And Kara, if you're okay with it, let's just make it easy, and people can just dump anything in there, and then you can sort it out.
Oh, there, she's back, but she fell off for a second.
Did she? Did you hear what I said, Kara? That's all right.
No. What did you say?
I said, why don't we, I told people that just to dump any of the content in Kara's video, whether it's a picture or a video, just dump everything there.
Yes. Yeah, I'll rename the folder like social media or something like that.
And I don't know what y'all think about this, but my thought is I don't know if you've noticed, but I kind of live out in the boonies a little bit, so I don't necessarily get to job sites very often. But I'm thinking, like, I've got a lot of moving boxes. Like, I could potentially take some pictures around here or in day-to-day life around here that could possibly go into some kind of content building. So
yep, love it. Anything. And the thing is, like,
really good lighting in your office, then you could take a picture of your, you know, office space for a before and after or something. So
yeah, we can post Molly's calls.
yeah.
No way. No, seriously though, I mean, like, here's the thing. If you're just capturing and think, oh, this might be good for something, Kara can make up a story about it. Like, it doesn't have to be what it is, right? Like, it can just, like, a picture of a siding could go a million different ways, right? So yeah, I would say just go ahead and, you know, get in the habit of creating, set yourself a goal, whether it be 2 times a week. Like today, Oleg's out on appointments all day, and I think he's still got his phone on, but he can be capturing all kinds of stuff today. So
I've got some fun boomerangs that I almost just deleted yesterday. I'll put in there when we were doing Seville. Remember the water turning off and then Oleg smashing the cabinets?
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Put it all in there. Okay. And then I don't know if it's worth.
Thank you guys. That'll be awesome.
Thanks, Kara. I don't know if it's worth once a month, you know, us touring these properties together, you know, instead of having a staff meeting like today, we just get together at 10 o'clock and say, okay, we're going to go out from 10 to 2, grab lunch, and just go look at the properties, kind of school bus format.
I'd like that.
You would like that?
Yeah, because I never get, I don't, not knowing when people are at these houses, I don't ever get to any of them.
All right, I think that would be so fun.
I mean, even if it's just me, that's fine.
I can rent a Ford Econoline van and.
Oh my gosh, Terry.
Yeah, we'll make a fun time out of it.
It can all fit in my car.
I don't think well, I mean, there's only 5 or 6 of us here in Atlanta, but.
It can fit 7 in my car.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't guarantee 7 plus Beth's car seat, but.
That's funny. All right, you guys like that once a month?
That sounds like fun. I think we
Okay.
should.
We can just do like figure out a day or a time. Maybe instead of Tuesday morning, we do it Tuesday early. Like we meet at 8 o'clock somewhere, and then we're back when we can be back. So,
8.
well, 9.
Gosh,
All right.
teasing. I don't have
Better
more kids anymore in the
avoid
house.
traffic. 9 is a sketchy time.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, for you it is down there. Yeah.
Yeah, 8's fine.
Hey, Kay,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I got an update from Gunther just right now. Says that the decision about siding will be communicated to you by our general manager, Scott Harrison.
Say that one more time.
So he basically says the shingles were approved. In the same email, he's writing that the siding decision will be communicated directly to you by our general manager.
Okay.
So that doesn't sound good.
That does not sound good. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
I'll let you.
Now that they've taken 3 to 4 weeks almost to even get us a decision.
Yeah.
When we stress that, we have to order it now, it takes like 3 to 4 weeks to order that size.
Well, we may have to. Yeah. I'm okay with them putting a lien on the house, as long as it's cheaper than attorney's fees, and we don't have to rip the siding off. So if they put a $2,500 lien on the house or something, I'll gladly pay that all day long. So, all right, sounds good, ma'am. Anything else for the good of the order here? Let's see, was there anything else I had in the? I guess that was it.
Is Oleg's spreadsheet the same as the deal tracker?
Kind of, but it's set up for him.
Okay, I'm just curious, like if I get calls and the
Have access to it.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I can share it with you just so you can see what it is. It just talks a little bit more about where the project is at on the project management side.
Does it have on there, because here's what happens on my end. A sign gets put in the yard and it says, call Molly.
Right.
So I get a call and then they ask a bunch of questions, and unless I write it down from this call that we're on, I don't know when it's going to get listed, how much it's going to be listed for. That's all I really need to know, and when it's going to be ready. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have, nothing has to be exact. I'm happy just telling people approximately when it will be ready and approximate.
I just shared it with you. It has projected closing dates. It doesn't necessarily always have a price on there, but it does show like his budget, and any notes are kind of on the side. So, I mean, it might give you something to tell them.
Okay. Even if it says like priced between $275 and $325, you know what I mean? But I know that can change. So, but when the sign goes in the yard with my name on it, then I need to know as much as I can.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think too. Like, let me find the Better Home Path. Better Path.
I didn't realize that was Stephanie Betters.
Yeah, they've really come a long way since we worked with them before. That's for sure. I want to start doing these big signs like this. Let me show you, and then I'll let everybody go here. Kara, if you're out there listening, I definitely want to start doing something like this.
Oh, yeah,
Coming soon, we can buy your home too, So, and then I think we might be able to get, looks like they've got a lender.
Do we have signs like that?
We have, nice guys, we bought this house, we'd like to buy yours, but nothing this massive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a 4x8 piece of plywood right there.
Yeah, that's pretty
So, nothing like this. I mean, I think the projects that we're going to be on for 3 to 4 months, we need to put these up, or in areas that we want to buy in. Right. So if you want to design something like this, I think hers is a little bit too noisy, but it's only noisy because they've got the lender stuff down here.
Yeah, what's that white square on the left side at the bottom?
I think it's a logo for
Oh,
their whoever it is, the lender or title company or somebody who's paying for part of their sign.
probably.
Yeah,
You don't-
and we don't
Want
necessarily.
lender info on there?
I'm sorry.
Would you want lender info on there?
No, I mean, for us, I'd just rather buy the signs if we had 4 or 5 of them, and we can, somewhere and have them installed on each project.
That's a huge transformation right there.
I love that idea.
I think they scraped it. I don't know. I think they did. That's a brand new house.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's a huge difference for that neighborhood.
By the way, I love these, this look
Yeah.
a lot. I'm not crazy about these window grids here, but I do like everything else.
Yeah.
Even that color is cool. I don't even know what color that is, but
Looks mint green.
Kind of bluish
Yeah.
color.
yeah.
It's good looking.
Yep. All right, y'all. Anything else for the good of the order here before we head out? Let me know, Beth, when you get that deal signed, or if we need to make any alterations.
He just emailed me back actually, and he said that he just had a long weekend with family, and he was just now getting a chance to take a look at it. So he'll let me know if he has any questions.
Okay. All right, sounds good. I mean, if we need to lock it into a specific due diligence, that's fine.
Yeah, I've already put, that it's not contingent on inspection. So I'm sure he'll come back with something, which I can change to a degree. But if I have any questions, I'll let you know.
Okay. Cool. That'll be a good one. Okay. Oh, did I give you guys an update, like on what's going on from
With what?
like where we are as a company? I meant to do that last week. You guys have like 3 more minutes?
Yeah.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but okay. I was just doing some forecasting, and it looks like okay. So kind of here's what, let me show you guys. We have a home budget. I don't know why I put this in here, only because I was looking at our home budget, and I'm like, I wanted Marcy to be able to at least know what's going on with the company. So the older I get, the more I start like thinking about, if something happened to me, it would be important that she kind of understand what we got going on. So I kind of put this in our budget file. All it is the deal tracker for the most part, but just simplified down a little bit more. And so I want to talk to you about kind of what I do is I go in and I kind of look out at the quarters and figure out where we are. And then I kind of put in what I think our estimate gross profit is going to be, and then what our actual net is from the P&L that comes from our bookkeeper. And so you can kind of go down through here and see, like, some of them are more, some of them are less. Like Westover Trace, for example, we thought that was going to be 18, and it ended up being 36. Another big one like that's going to be West Mill. When we bought West Mill, the comps didn't really produce a great return. Fine, it was fine. And at the time, we wanted another project to keep our people busy. Well, that one's probably going to come on in like 50 plus. So, I mean, so what I don't change the estimated gross because I want to see how good my guess is, right? Like when I comp the property and underwrite it myself, when you guys get stuff under contract, I'm going through, I'm like, okay, looks like we're going to make a 17.5 based on the current comps. And then I want to see, okay, what's it going to look like? So obviously that was a huge win, right? DeForest Ferry's price is going to come in lower than 35. Boyd, obviously, even with the refi, look, there's where I thought Boyd was going to be. And now it's probably, even if we do a cash out refi, it's going to be twice that. East Lake probably is right on target. And so you can kind of see what we did here. Now, where we've just had a cash flow issue for the most part because we had, and this is kind of where we are for the year, Q1 projected and Q1 actual. So we weren't too far off our Q1. Q2 projected and Q2 actual, obviously when we only closed a couple of properties, and we're spending $12,000 to $14,000 a month as a company on marketing and staff. So we're not really doing great in the second quarter, but that 50-some thousand from West Mill is going to help boost us here. But what's happened is we talked about a little while ago is that a lot of these projects are getting pushed to Q3, where Q3 is going to be massive. I mean, that would be the best quarter we've ever had, right? $376,000 in gross revenue would be enormous. So, but does that mean that all the Q3 steps going to close Q3? Probably not. Some of it might get pushed to Q4. So, any questions about that? I just kind of want to give you guys an update on what's happening. Some of you are new, and if like April's watching the call, like I told you guys before, Marcy and I only take out of the company what we need to live. Everything else gets reinvested back in. So I get freaked out when we don't have 6 months of expenses in the bank in terms of the company. And so right now we're not running that. We're running 1 to 2. So, but we will catch up, is what I'm trying to say here, because there's some good stuff coming in the pipe. I mean, so far we've done more. If everything closes, we've done more than we did last year. That makes sense? But last year, the retail team spit off about $140,000 in profit that we used to put in Nice Guys Buying Houses. And that's not really necessarily happening this year because we closed the retail team down other than referral income. Make sense? Questions on any of that? I'd love to hit 1 million. I mean, that'd be my goal, is if we hit 1 million, we're going to have a pretty freaking awesome Christmas party. So it looks doable depending on what we have. I mean, if we get this Heritage Trace house that Beth has, and, really we only need $330,000 more in revenue to make that happen. So, which is completely doable. All right, there you go. So I'll kind of give you these updates every couple of months to see where we are. But last year, I'll have to figure out what we did last year. But, and this is gross, by the way. And when I say net P&L, this still doesn't factor in marketing. So if we spent $12,000 on marketing in a month and closed 2 houses, obviously that's what I call our acquisition cost. It costs us $6,000 to get those houses, right? If we did 4 houses in a month and we spent $12,000 in marketing, that would be $3,000 in acquisition costs, which is really low. The norm seems to be between 4 and 6, so when we get a property like Scarlet Lane, if it costs us $6,000 to get it, having an 8x return is great. That still none of this calculates operating expenses, staff. All this means is that after all the salespeople were paid, this is what we netted, and we try to run the business off of it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. All right, good deal. All right, we're over time, so sorry about that. I hope you all have a great day today. Call me or box me if you need me.
All right, bye.
Create content. Figure out a way in your world to create content. Matt and Molly, I don't know what that looks like for you and Tiffany, but maybe it's you and a selfie of the dog. Taking a call with my dog.
Yeah. Take my dog to work day.
That's right. There you go. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hold a second. Did he leave? No, you're there. Terry Bird.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, tomorrow, Kara and I wanted to go over our project with you.
Uh-huh.
Have time tomorrow morning. Are you going to Greenville?
Not tomorrow, because Colin has tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Colin has that accident avoidance thing. So yeah, I'm clear tomorrow.
Okay, because best time for Kara is at like 8. Is that too early?
What time?
8. Sorry.
8.
Or we can do after her swim team. I just don't want to get where she's in like bad service area.
Yeah. No, let's try 8 and see.
Well, if that's too early, then we can do like 10:15, 10:30.
No, 8. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Okay. There's a dog routine in the morning, and so I'm trying to help as much as I can. But
Yeah.
let's experiment with 8 and see what 8 does.
Okay. Well, then we'll put it on at 8 and
Okay.
go over our project with you and see what you
Okay. Perfect.
Good deal.
All right.
All right. My dog has a routine too. I got a new dog. Did I tell you?
Another one?
Well, the old one got crazy. Remember, that old dog went to puppy camp like twice and wasn't getting it.
The big one, right? The big dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he stayed with the trainer. And so now we have, I don't know,
I see that one.
Retriever who's adorable and awesome.
Yeah.
He wakes up at 5:40 in the morning like clockwork, and I can't figure out how to make the dang dog sleep in. So.
Oh yeah, that doesn't happen. I don't think.
Yeah. So, anyway, so I've gone back to working early in the morning.
Yeah, ours gets up at 6. This morning it was about 6:30 this morning. But how old is he?
It's a boy. He's, I don't know, 4 months old.
So they say that they can hold it. Well, he should 4 months. He should be able to hold it like from 10 to 7 easy.
Yeah, he can. I just think I probably he ooches it back like just a little earlier. I think he's hungry, so I'm trying to feed him later in the day. And earlier in the morning. So
we feed ours out of our hand just when he's hungry.
What?
Yeah, they said the puppy book we read said, when he's growing up, feed him out of your hand. That way he gets used to eating out of a hand.
Yeah.
And if you go to take a dog food dish away or something with little kids or something, it's supposed to help them not get too protective of their food.
Huh. Well, I mess with him all the time when he's eating. Like, that's my passion.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff too, right? Like that, it all works. Yeah. It's kind of a pain, but and then we use it to teach him tricks. So when he's hungry, he'll it's for us,
Yeah, we do that too. Summer's in full swing over here.
Oh yeah, awesome. Good times. Hey, Eleanor.
You say hi.
Hey, Gavin.
Hi.
What's happening?
Got their tours done, so they can play now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Hey, sweetheart, I like your red. Is that a dress? I can't tell.
It's a T-shirt. Here, show him.
I like it.
It's from Field Day. So.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
What's funny is I went to a high school named Field High School, and that was our colors right there: red, white, and black.
There you go.
Looks like my high school.
It's like his high school. All right.
All right. Have a good one.
Talk to you in the morning.
Bye.
Bye.